what's going on, guys? My name is Corey, aka Blockchain, and I am a full-time professional trader. And I wanted to just make sure I did a quick video for a very exciting announcement. I am actually going to be giving away one of my master classes at the end of this month. It's a $500 value, completely free to you. All you have to do is make sure you comment, subscribe, smash the likes on this video, and you will be entered to win. I will be doing the drawing at the end of the month for one lucky winner, and all you have to do is support my YouTube channel here. So make sure you smash the likes, hit that subscribe button, comment below, and you will have an automatic entry to the free masterclass. And yes, you can do it on multiple videos. So each time you do it on one of my videos, it will give you an entry. So the more, the better. So again, guys, smash the likes, hit that subscribe, ring that little bell, comment below, and good luck. And let's go ahead and dive into the charts. Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, good night, wherever you're at. This is Blockchain coming at you with another Bitcoin technical analysis update. Of course, real quick, we are starting off on blockchaintrading.com. I just want to highlight for those of you new to my channel, make sure you jump over onto my website here and actually get this little get in touch button, and I will actually send you a video demonstration of my #1 trading strategy that is consistent, profitable, reliable, and applicable to any market. And of course, if anyone likes any of the blockchain gear, you can get some here. And the big thing is actually the Discord right here for $97 a month, $597 a year. And actually a pretty big bonus is the 14-day trial for just $25, so that we can get in, take a look at it. But full of over 1,000 traders. We have specifically I want to say 5 full-time professional traders in there, including myself, where you can actually follow trades and setups alongside us. It's pretty sweet. There's also a lot of education. That's not good. But anyway, all right, let's go ahead and dive over into the charts here. And so again, real quick, just starting off on a higher time frame on the weekly. So we actually did get a pretty decent move up yesterday, or I guess last night in my time. Looks like on the smaller time frame it was a few $100, so not too bad. And just overall on the weekly, just want to highlight where we are in a couple scenarios. So one thing I did want to point out is I was kind of looking at a couple different things here, and right here, let's see, actually bring it down to that guy. So this is one thing that I did want to highlight is a potential for this to be a third wave within the third wave. And what I mean by that is if we had this guy here as our 1, 2, coming up for a third, then we'll correct back down for the fourth, and then up again for a fifth, putting us up for a target of roughly 22.4 roughly. Basically, what I mean by the third wave within the third is this would then be our 1, 2, be in the third right now, fourth, and then a fifth. So that would be the overall bullish count to pay attention to. For those of you that have been following my count, I'm not a huge fan of this one, mainly because I guess kind of realize it kind of goes right between the 2.32 and the 2.618. So not a huge fan, just because I'm not a huge fan of this wave structure right here on the smaller time frame. However, this is definitely a possibility we want to keep on the table for overall a pretty bullish scenario. So I'll put a couple price targets on those guys, and then we'll dive into the smaller time frames. So 18.6 would be our target for a third wave, and then 22.4 roughly target for the fifth wave. And then if we do have a third wave go up, we can always look at potentially jumping in on the retrace in the fourth, which if we're super bullish, we crack back down to the 236 at 15.6 or 13.1 overall on a fourth wave. So somewhere within here is roughly where I'd expect to correct back down to on a fourth wave. But minimum, I'd like to tag the 236 there. So, all right, let's look at the daily. And actually, real quick, I didn't pull up any of the. Okay, yeah, nothing special here. So pretty standard. Um, I broke out of the volume band, but okay, nothing too crazy. And let's see, daily. So we are up on a daily resistance point right here. And then you can kind of see that I'll draw a couple trend lines. So we've been actually getting a little bit of a triangular formation right here, which is pretty common for overall for a fourth wave. And what we could be looking at in here, this potentially end up being a fourth, and then going up again for a fifth to get us up to that 18.6. So we did tag the daily resistance quite nicely at the 15.9, and had a pretty decent correction back down to the R2 for the resistance. Let's see, right down there. Came back down, retested it at the 14.5. Tagged the daily resistance at the basically the 16 flat. Then we've kind of just been consolidating within here. But this looks like it could potentially be a pretty solid wave 3, where we'd have our 1, BR2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. And then correcting back down and then going up again here for potentially a fifth at 18.6. So that is definitely something we want to pay attention to. We're also right at the 1.618 here. In regards to this potentially being an ABC, such as a double zigzag. And what I would be looking at for that is basically a boom, boom, and boom. Double zigzag, basically saying that this overall in general is done. So when we're looking at the daily, some of these smaller time, or not, as we get into some of the smaller daily, I wouldn't exactly count as a smaller time frame, but as we get into the smaller ones, we'll look at some of these oscillators here. You can see that we've been underneath the fast moving EMA, and we've yet to break back above it. And normally what we like to see is a pretty hard reset and a wave 4 for the RSI, and we have not really seen that. It's been kind of trending sideways for the most part, hanging out in the bullish control zone. So I would leave me to believe that we'd have another move down before moving back up to see some of this reset, and then be able to create the divergence where we'd have a higher high and a higher low on the RSI. So that is something that really kind of would like to see play out. And then you can also see that on the CB index, we have been just hanging out underneath the fast and the slow EMA. So getting a little wedgy right here. Would potentially be looking into, if we have another move up, find support right here on our slow moving EMA. But we got to get back above the fast and the slow EMA ultimately, but looking for potentially another reset where come back down, test the bottom of the volume band, at least get into the bottom of the bullish control zone, which would really be at that 65 range, and that's actually where the bottom of the volume band is, to come back down and retest and kind of reset and ultimately get another move up. But that's what I'm looking for on this guy here. So let's just kind of jump onto the 4 hour real quick and see where we're at in general. You can definitely tell that we are having a little bit of a pennant, which is pretty common also of a fourth wave. And I look for a confirmation of a break, to one side or another. But pretty common in a fourth wave actually is where we'll actually have these triangular structures, and we could be just simply looking at this as an A, B, C, D, and E. Um, I'm not a huge fan of the overall structure of it to actually be an actual triangle and count it as a triangle, because normally your other indicators need to match that, and it definitely doesn't in any way, shape, or form, except the closest to it right here would be the CB index, or we could be looking at the A, B, C, D, E right here. Um, but normally the RSI mirrors that a little bit as well, and it's not quite there. It may not actually be like a legit triangle, however, triangular structure, which is pretty common for a fourth wave. But you can see right where we're at currently, right at that 15.6, or I guess 15.670. We are sitting at that resistance 0.1. So I'd look for a confirmation of a break in regards to getting above this trend line or below this trend line. But I would be leaning towards, like I said, on the higher time frame as a reset, just to come back down and reset some of these indicators to get another move higher. You can see that the RSI has bounced off of the 50 quite nicely, which is still fairly bullish, and looking for one more reset back down, test probably the 45, the bottom of the volume band, which is also the bearish control zone as well, before we get another lift up. But ultimately, from 4-hour, pretty indicators and oscillators, still look pretty strong. They still look pretty bullish in my opinion. So we did get that test down here, and you can see that the CV index reset very nicely, creating that bullish divergence for that kick back up. So I would probably look for another move back down to, again, so we can create that divergence on the RSI. So right where we're at is on the bottom of the slow moving EMA, potentially finding resistance, but a break above that and a break above the trend line. I'd look for at least a move up to that 16, basically 16.5, and then our next point above that would be that 17.7 is roughly where I'd be looking at. So just wanted to give you guys a quick update. As always, if you like the content, make sure you guys smash the likes for your enter to win the masterclass, and subscribe and comment, guys, and I hope to see you guys in the Discord.